start off the video, I just want to say the Galaxy S23 Ultra might not look like a huge upgrade, but man, this phone looks so similar yet is so different than its predecessor. Let's get into it. So the boxy design and the quad camera system are still here with the amazing display, top-notch cameras and everything, right? But the Galaxy S23 Ultra is more of a refinement of the S22 Ultra, and the shortcomings that that phone had, like mediocre battery life, overheating and all that, most of that has been solved in the Galaxy S23 Ultra. And even though I'm only a week into this phone's use, I mean, these improvements have been insanely clear to me, and they probably will affect your use as well. First off, my battery experience within the first week or so, I haven't had to charge this thing as much. I did use the S22 Ultra for a little bit, and that phone was very mediocre. I mean, it got the same or less amount of battery life as the Galaxy S22 Plus, which I did review in depth. You can check that out on my channel. But that phone was just insanely mid. Like, it was not good in the battery department, and the idle battery drain was not good at all. It would drain 2 to 3% every half an hour or so, and within the hour you could lose up to 10% of battery depending on what background tasks you have running and such. However, on the Galaxy S23 Ultra, that has been completely solved. I left this overnight and I only lost about 2 to 3% of battery, which is impressive, almost reaching iPhone levels of standby. And part of that is really the chip. The chip inside this phone has been tuned specifically for Samsung phones. This year, Samsung's partnership with Qualcomm has gone even a step further. First off, all their phones across the whole world do use Qualcomm Snapdragon chips now, this year being the 8 Gen 2. And it really brings two major improvements. One of them, which will be present on all devices running the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, is definitely the performance. The performance is much faster, it's much more efficient, and the such. It's a much better chip in general than the 8 Gen 1 from last year. However, the Galaxy S23 Plus and the other S23 models in general do share another sort of plus, a benefit from this partnership with Qualcomm. These phones, they have the chip called the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy, which basically means that the cores are slightly overclocked, so you'll get a little bit more performance than all the other rest of the phones. It's great to have, but at the same time, doing the regular stuff that you do on your phone, social media, a little bit of gaming, a little bit of editing here and there, you probably won't be able to notice the difference between another phone like the OnePlus 11 that also has the 8 Gen 2 chip. Other impressions, the design. The design on this phone is very similar, but the edges, or should I say the sides of the phone, have been even like more boxed out. So the Galaxy S22 Ultra still kept that Note design, right? So it was boxy, but this phone is even more so, and the sides are wider. So when you try and grip the phone, it's much more grippable. It feels like an iPhone in this regard, from the newer iPhones from the 12, 13, and 14 that have the boxier sides. And I love this design change. It really helps you grip the phone better. And on my model, the graphite version that you can only get from Samsung's website, it is matte. I don't know about the other variants though, they might not be matte. So the matte texture does help with the grip, but I think it's also the design itself that really improves that. So yeah, that's my impressions of the Galaxy S23 Ultra. I mean, one other thing, it does have the S Pen, which I never really used often, mostly because I had an iPad with the stylus a while back and I just never got to use it. And, well, yeah, this phone is great, but I think you guys are going to want to watch my full review. So if you want to watch that, subscribe, like, hit that bell icon so that you can get notified when I post that review. And yeah, I'll see you around.